How do I embed links and code into my Google site? So first, what again you can do is go to your own page within your website and go to the Insert tab. And the second one down, the second button there is Embed, 2 arrows, and that's kind of the symbol universally for embedding links and code into a website or something else. So anytime you see those 2 opposite facing arrows, arrowheads, that means embed. So go ahead and click embed. Now the first thing it's going to ask you to do, it's not like some of these other tiles that you can just click on and it appears. In order to embed something, you have to have something in mind. So what you're going to see here is that it gives you an opportunity to embed a URL or a web link or embed code. Now, for most of us, and most of the time, most of what we do, at least in this case, is embedding a URL, a web link. So what we'll do is, I already pulled one up, and it's this elliptical orbit, just for this case. But again, find one that suits your material, your content. You're going to highlight that link, Control-C to copy it back to your page, and in this URL box, Control-V to paste it. It'll give you a short little preview of what that looks like. Make sure it's the right one and insert. Now, again, background stuff, you can mess with all that. Whatever you want to do. But let's focus on the insert itself, the embedded link. So again, you have all your options here on the left, delete, duplicate, and the options for the background. But when you click on the embedded link itself, you have these options. You want to open this in a new tab so you know what it is.
Johannes.
Okay. Delete this tile. All right. And again, don't forget your undo and redo buttons. Let's undo that. Let's bring that back. And then in the center there is the gear. And again, that's the universal icon for settings. You click on that and it gives you a few settings. You can mess around with the hide controls and what that looks like. I messed around with it a little bit, and it doesn't really seem to do much in my opinion. So whatever you want to do there. Progress bar color, what does that mean? It's red right now. Let's go ahead and see this in preview. And now this is already embedded into the website. I can do a couple things here. When I play this, it allows me to go full screen.
Johannes Kepler published.
It allows me to go full screen. Escape to exit out of there. And you'll notice the progress bar is red down here. That's what we were just kind of looking at. So let's X out of there and come back to our options, our settings, and we can change that to white. Click done, preview quickly, play the video, and now you'll notice the progress bar is white. Again, something minor, but that is what you can do in that case. Back to settings. And the only other option it gives you is whether or not you want to allow your viewers to view full screen option. I showed you what that looks like when this is allowed. When it's not allowed, it just stays in the box on the web page, and you can't expand that out. You see no option down there for full screen. So that is embedding a link to something like YouTube, for instance, a video. You can also embed things, and I'm not going to show you this, but you can embed like a Twitter feed, something like that. If you're following a particular person or group, depending on what your webpage calls for. I don't think our webpage calls for embedding any type of social media feeds, but you can do that. The other thing is embedding code. This would be something like for a GIF. Maybe you want a GIF in your website, give it some humor, give it some, spunk, but you can embed code. I've already pulled one up, and this would be, again, like a GIF. And usually what you'll see here is you can copy links, but in this case, we're going to actually embed, and you see the icon there. And this gives you the GIF code And you're just going to highlight that and Control C, copy, come back to your page, Control V. You see all that different code there. Next, you click on that, that little edit button. It just edits the code, but that's not something we're doing. And we'll go ahead and insert that. Now you can see the tile here is a certain size, and you can shrink that down, but in this case, the image doesn't zoom in or zoom out or anything like that. So this is going to be the size of the image. And then again, we can move that around. You see how it fits into the wide columns there. So I move it here. But again, if I want to make this fit the section, it doesn't expand the GIF, all right? So that would be how you embed something, things that you guys can do.